The National Freedom Party is calling on government to use body cameras to tackle political killings in KwaZulu-Natal. It comes following the address by Police Minister Bheki Cele. A national task team is investigating the attacks and killings of councillors and politicians in the province. For more on this, we're joined now by NFP Secretary Canaan Mdletshe, who is on the line with us. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. You've come up with a proposal, the use of body cameras as part of a preventative measure, a clear show, I suppose, of the drastic times now calling for drastic measures.
Yes, good morning, Mpo, and good morning to the viewers at home. Definitely, you are quite correct, Mpo, that we are in a desperate times at the National Freedom Party. This is our cry for help. It's a cry for anyone up there who's got an ear to listen to. Please listen to us. We are in a desperate situation. Our councillors are being attacked. They are mauled down. In fact, they are attacked like wild animals. They are hunted down day in and day out. And it has reached a stage where we are saying every other attempt that has been put in place has not worked. That's why then we are calling for perhaps government to provide all our councillors with the body cameras as a sign of desperation, because we want to see them alive. In every respect. That's why we are saying this is a desperate call. It's a cry for help to government to please listen to us. We need assistance as soon as possible.
Yeah, because, I mean, listening to what you're saying, the report tabled by Police Minister Bheki Cele on the work of the National Task Team investigating these attacks and killings of councillors as well as politicians and KZN has shown exactly how bad the killings have become, how dire the situation is. How exactly are you thinking that these cameras will work?
Definitely the situation is dire in KwaZulu-Natal. It has reached a stage where we feel that as much as the police are doing their work, but it's not enough, because in most cases the police only intervene once a councillor has been attacked and killed. They are unable to prevent these killings from taking place. That's why we're saying perhaps it's high time that all our councillors are provided with body cameras, because we're of the view that as much as the cameras will not assist in preventing the criminals from killing our councillors, but they can be come of very handy when the police are investigating, because all the information will be recorded in those cameras. In fact, we are of the view that if these councillors are provided with body cameras, police will be able to even intercept the killings, because they will be able to have an information that can lead them to a space or to a place where Nkabi is hiding to attack our councillors. We are of the view that these cameras will assist not only in preventing but in ensuring that should our councillors are attacked, perpetrators will be able to be arrested sooner than the situation right now, where we've got a councillor who was killed in 2019 in Umlazi 17 hostel. Even today, the killers are still on the loose. We don't know who was behind his killing, and it has taken almost 3 years for police to investigate this matter and to even come close to the leads. That's why we're saying we're desperate. We need someone to assist. We need government to intervene. We need someone to listen to us. This is a cry for help more than anything else.
Yeah. The Nongoma local municipality is said to be one of the worst affected. In fact, it's a hotspot. It's so bad that councillors there have even refused to attend physical meetings in chambers because they fear for their lives. Perhaps paint a picture on the reality of councillors in the area and how they have to maneuver as they try and do some work, but also guard their lives.
It's quite difficult, as you have rightfully said. Even before the NFP, ANC, EFF Block 2 over the municipality, our councillors had to be in hiding for almost 3 months because they feared for their lives. When the meeting was convened by the MEC of Cotton February, during the takeover of the municipality, the situation was so bad that the council could not sit, because there were some people who entered the council chambers armed with sticks and stones. They destroyed the entire council chamber, because they didn't want the council to sit. It ended up sitting in a remote area somewhere where it was safe. Right now, our councillors are unable to attend physical meetings, as we have said, because they fear for their lives. It's very unfortunate that Nongoma local municipality is a rural municipality which does not have enough funds to afford each and every councillor a bodyguard. It's so difficult. There's no money to do that. That's why our councillors are not even attending meetings. The latest incident of Nongoma happened, I think, 3 days ago, when one of our councillors received death threats, received calls from anonymous people telling her to resign. In fact, they even spoke to her husband, telling the husband that if your wife does not resign as the councillor within 24 hours, you will be widowed. You will not have a wife, and your kids will not have a mother. The situation is so bad that it has reached a stage where most of our councillors no longer stay at home. They are hiding somewhere for their own safety. It's difficult. It's extremely challenging. They cannot even provide services to the people because they cannot provide for their own safety.
Coalition members, including yourselves, spoke to Police Minister Bheki Cele and also revealing that on the day that NFP Councillor Mphathiseni Mdletshe was shot and injured, the IFP had tabled a motion of no confidence in the council. The IFP, on the other hand, has said these accusations that they're behind the violence were unfair. Who do you believe to be behind the violence? And perhaps talk a little bit about the motive of these killings.
It's difficult to point fingers at this moment. You are allowing the police to continue investigating, but the reality is the signs have been there, the threats have been made, and in fact, a few months ago, there was a voice note that was circulating where someone was saying that the NFP will not be in charge of the Nongoma municipality for over 3 months. He was saying that he was telling the members of his political party that they must rest assured that they will, as men in that political organization, they are going to make sure that they return to their municipality because the municipality belongs to them. And even before that, there was a video that is of public knowledge, which was circulating in social networks where a senior leader of a certain political party was making claims that they will not allow a situation where their municipality is stolen from them. These are clear indications that these attacks are not criminal, but they are politically motivated, and there are people behind these attacks who are making sure that they want to reclaim Nongoma local municipality. It's information that is of public consumption. It's out there. The police have got this information, and we are hoping that sooner than later arrests are going to be made. We are excited that on the issue of Councillor Mdletshe, in fact, the community of Nongoma made sure that they ran behind, they chased, in fact, the suspect, they cornered him, they waited, they called the police, and they handed him to the police. And we must take this opportunity to appreciate and give thanks to the people of Nongoma for making sure that they protect their councillors. They made sure that the guy is arrested, and we are happy about that. We are calling for this close working relationship between the community and the police, because it is the only solution that we have as the members of the public right now.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you speak about the strides that have been made by police, and I'm sure they will continue to investigate, as given the assurance by Police Minister Bheki Cele. Do you think that there's any way at all that councillors can reach some sort of negotiation settlement? I mean, we've already established that these are politically motivated killings.
We have to come to a point where we sit down and talk about these things. It cannot be like this for the rest of our lives. There must come a stage where we sit down as political parties and start engaging on these things and be honest about this and be frank in our engagement, because other than that, we'll continue making all these cries to government. But the reality is, the buck stops with us as political parties. I think the time has come for us as different political parties to sit down on the table and discuss this thing and be open about this thing so that we find a lasting solution. At the moment, I can tell you that as National Freedom Party, we fear for our own lives, and we are very sad and concerned that next year's elections could be the bloodiest in KwaZulu-Natal if nothing is done as soon as yesterday. It's a matter of it's a matter of urgency. It's a ticking time bomb. If nothing is done, as I'm saying, next year's elections could be the worst in KwaZulu-Natal. They could be the bloodiest, because the indications are already there that the situation is volatile. There is instabilities all over, and we want this matter to be arrested as soon as possible, so that we can be able to campaign freely, to campaign without any fear, because we want to make sure that the next year's elections become free and fair. But at this stage, I can tell you now that KwaZulu-Natal is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, it's a matter of life and death by the sounds of it. You made mention of budgetary constraints in the Nongoma municipality. How then do you think, because it's a hotspot, how then do you see the body cameras being allocated there? Because now, budgets will need to be revamped, and measures will need to be put in place to ensure that these body cameras are also effective there.
We need assistance from the national and provincial government. There's no other way about this situation. We need assistance. Nongoma municipalities need assistance from the from the provincial government as well as national government. They must make the resources available so that we can be able to not only provide bodyguards for councillors, but also make sure that they are provided with body cameras, because it's the only technology that is available at our disposal, that we have the view that it might assist in capping these killings. Other than that, we are not going to have a solution. Our councillors cannot go to work, they cannot deliver services because they fear for their own lives. And unfortunately, as I've indicated earlier, that Nongoma local municipality does not have enough resources to guard each and every councillor. That municipality has got 45 councillors. Out of 45, at least 27 of them need bodyguards, and there's no money to make sure that each and every of those councillors have got bodyguards. That's why we're saying perhaps if the national government as well as the provincial government can intervene in this matter urgently and make sure that they assist in making funds available, so that whatever attempts that are made produce the desired results.
Yeah, very well. Thank you so much for talking to us.